5, 4, and we are live. What is up, guys? I'm your host, Dwayne Lanham. I don't know where the freak child went. I got my co-host, the freak child, and your very special co-host, Scarlet Anonymous.
What's up?
We think what is up, guys? So tonight is another night of the Night Talk. It is November 13th, which is a Friday. Friday the 13th. God, I'm doing a show on Friday the 13th.
In some time zones. So
In some time zones.
In some time zones.
Well,
here in Colorado, we still
you
got
have 27 minutes.
36 minutes.
So, guys,
Oh,
tonight
yeah.
we are bringing a topic out of the box that has not been brought out the box since states have started opening back up. Tonight we are bringing back COVID-19. Did not want to talk about this again, but it needs to be done. I'm going to give you guys a couple sets of numbers. So here we go. United States cases 10,624,056 in a global scale 52,681,305. Deaths in the U.S. 246,291 recovered 5,858,772. Deaths globally 1,292,279 with a recovered of 34,100,144 cases as of today, reporting from the World Health Department, actually. So this is pretty cool that I'm getting numbers from this. So, guys, let's talk about this here for a minute. So, mine and Scarlett's governor is on some bullshit. I don't know who wants to start first. Do I want to go with Dick Wine or we want to go to Governor Walz? Scarlett, you pick.
Tim John Walz.
All right.
Okay, so Tim John Walz. Oh, and I found the most game. They literally made a face that put him as little Kim Jong-un, and so it's the best shit I've ever seen in my life because I've been calling him Tim John Walz for a long time because we're getting into a point where it is turning completely dystopian, right?
Right.
We had the earlier lockdowns in March, which we all predicted for you guys. And graphic that we will go over in a little bit so you can share. That proves that this is like communist technique to get people to react and act a certain way. And without having my level of suspicion about government in the world, I don't think I would ever got to this point where I have so much knowledge where I realize the steps before they happen. You know, if I wasn't into all the things I was into, such as vaccine abolitionism, just learning about government, conspiracy theories, etc., I would have never been able to put together the pieces as quickly and knew beforehand what was going on. But now we're getting to a very dangerous point in the game of the New World Order. This is the time where basically everybody kind of knew that we've got groups such as the World Economic Forum basically saying that progressivism in education has to stay, and they'll be working with the so that prove that they have vaccinations so that you can be sent out a plant-based food box. So they're already putting vaccination with food Vaccination with entry to concerts. If people haven't seen, Ticketmaster is talking about will have to either have proof of your coronavirus vaccination or proof of coronavirus test within 72 hours of the event. They're literally tying this disease with your functioning as a human being. Everything you do will be tied to this disease. And that is what is the biggest problem of them all, is people don't realize that never in history have we ever taken away rights, taken away the way we live.
We are losing Scarlet Anonymous. Freak Child, you still with us?
I'm here. I just had to check on Baby Yoda. For those of you that tuned into the broadcast, that
No.
he's okay.
Baby Yoda.
He's fine. And I just want to say on air that for those of you that don't know, one of my biggest fans, I have a Baby Yoda Pez dispenser.
God, I haven't seen one of those around in a long time.
So, but Baby Yoda is fine. For those of you that saw that broadcast, he's just fine. Let's toss him back there for now. And yeah, don't know what's going on with her, but we're kind of seeing the same almost sort of thing here in Colorado. Our Governor Polis, he's been really kind of pushing this entire mask mandate, and here, this is the thing that just does not make any sense to me. Not that it makes any difference to me, but the bars have to close at 10 because people are so not socially distancing when they're drunk, is basically what his statement was. He, of course, used more inebriated and words like that. What's the difference between them going to the bar right after work and spending 5 hours there drinking and getting inebriated, and then somebody else already bought the alcohol at the liquor store before they shut down at 10 o'clock? I mean, it's so stupid. It's like, you're not going to change any of that.
Right. And that's kind of what's going on here in Ohio, too, is like Governor Dick Wine, as I call him. I don't call him by his actual name. Governor Dick Wine, who I have wrote a very lengthy letter to the other day and told him just to please.
Dick Wine doesn't give a shit about any of his constituents. That's the problem. We could write letters till the fucking cows come home, and they wouldn't give a shit. They'd use it for toilet paper to wipe their ass.
So here's my thing: is Governor DeWine has came back out and said, "Oh, by the way, I'm stretching the mask mandate out for another 2 weeks." I'm like, bitch. We've been under a mask mandate since this fucking state opened. No, take that back. We've been under a fucking mask mandate. Preston, not tonight. I just kind of want to have us three tonight. Just because I'm being more serious tonight. Maybe on another show you can join. But so watch this. When he is now blaming
ours is just to go back to that for a second. Ours is indefinite in Colorado right now.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. See, ours has to keep renewing it every 30 days, as written by the Minnesota Constitution. So he has to renew his emergency powers. So he can't make anything that's in perpetuity. If he wants to, he has to keep renewing said executive orders every 30 days.
Yeah. And somewhere that I read this, I mean, I tried to stay away from the news for a while just because I was trying to take a break. And the last I had heard, and there was a thing about it, but it wasn't really from a credible news source, is that Colorado is in an indefinite mask mandate. But it's not helping. That's the point I don't understand. It's not doing anything.
Can we get some N95s? If they really want to nip this shit in the bud, let me tell you what, if this is as virulent and as, contagious, they need to get everybody a bunny suit and N95s. And then we'll see if that shit goes down. Because even if then it doesn't, then we know that we can't. But a small piece of cloth. Okay. Hanes are making these out of fucking t-shirt and underwear material. Right. How the fuck is that going to help you?
It doesn't stop the part.
No, it does not. And so that's the whole point. When you think about that, the particles, especially if you're outside, if you can see your breath through your mask ain't good enough. If you can, let's say you got a lighter there and you want to fucking, try to blow it out. They say that if your mask is to be protected, you can't blow a lighter out with your breath through a mask. So if you can with the mask you have, it ain't doing shit, first of all. Second of all, we have rights. And if people want to catch the Rona, it's their business. But this is why I harped so bad last year when the WHO made the 2019 public health threat, anti-vaxxers. I knew this was going to be an issue because they were going to use people's own minds against them and make them feel like their immune systems don't work and that we have no protection against this, and get people all mentally wrapped up into this hype to where they can't even separate, fact from fiction at this point.
Well, so we'll put that to a test.
Yep, let's see.
I mean, this is a candle lighter. Now, I don't know, how far are you supposed to be? I mean,
just a little bit. No, not even that far. Just like how you had it. You're supposed to be able to keep it that close, and if you can blow it out. Okay. Whoops. See? Yeah.
Oh, I did finally get it.
Yeah. So I'm saying, so they said, because I have some level grade surgical masks that if I do that with those, it ain't going out. It'll just stay. And so I know that.
And
we are
Roboto, or should we call her Mrs. Roboto? Ms. Roboto.
I think we're gonna call her Miss Roboto. But here's the thing, is like when DeWine comes out and says, we're gonna expand the mask mandate, and then he's gonna blame it on, and then he's gonna
should have just stayed still.
He's gonna blame it on consumers. He's gonna blame it on restaurants being open. He's going to blame it on the bars being open. Now, look, okay, you want to blame it on us,
but restaurants closing at 10 o'clock too?
Nah, just our bars. That's it. But
our restaurants are closing too.
I want to fucking say this. You want to fucking blame us. You're the one that fucking opened up the state during a fucking mass fucking pandemic.
Well, yeah, but that was only supposed to be for 14 days because that's all it takes. Remember?
We were locked down for 2.5 months.
Right, so were we.
Yeah. We all were. That was supposed to be 2 weeks to slow the spread. 2 weeks to slow the spread.
Yeah, and it's funny how we see a spike in cases right after the election. Now, all of us have said, and Scarlett has even said it as well, that, COVID-19 is going to end at the end towards the election. No.
Yep.
Guess what's getting released?
COVID again.
Yep.
No, the vaccine.
The vaccine. And so now they've got to make scarcity because of the vaccine. You got to get everybody scared to get the Rona. Tell everybody everybody's dying. Tell them grandma's going to die if you go over to her house for Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And, because they're doing $1,000 fines. $1,000 fines and 90 days in jail if they catch you at Thanksgiving with more than 3 fucking households here in Minnesota. $1,000 fucking fine, 90 days in jail. When these bitches won't even take assholes who are getting fucking assault charges, stealing, theft, all this other shit, they can't even go to jail. They won't even send them to jail for the Rona. But they're going to put people who celebrated with their families in fucking jail. Dude, if we don't stand up, we're going in the boxcar, bruh. Like, I just can't stress this shit enough.
Well, no, I mean, it is on its way there. But we need everybody to kind of pop in to voice their opinion to any kind of social media that's not going well. I guess that new one, but I mean that's not going to censor everything, because here's the thing, in my opinion, is that
I'm just gonna leave this here for a minute.
oh, that's nice. That's
I
nice.
saw one that had a Young Living symbol on the side with thieves. I liked that one better. Non-toxic option.
But I mean, think about it. If some who's going to report you though? Your neighbors? If your neighbors are reporting you, then yeah, that's very Gestapo-ish. I mean, think about back to the Krakow ghetto. You know,
Yeah.
Oh
my
god.
God, there's Jews living next door.
Yep.
I can hear them. You know, they're hiding out or whatever. You know, and it does feel similar to that, but at the same time, we
It's
have all
totally
these laws that are in place, and these mandates are not laws.
Nope. People got to remember that mandates are not a law. Governors are not allowed to create law. If it didn't go through your legislature, it's not a law. And our
Right.
legislature, as well as the legislatures around the country, have fucking been basically taken out of commission since March. And it's bullshit. I'm tired of special sessions. I'm tired of the bullshit. Let the legislature go back in its full function, at least over fucking Zoom, bruh. We can have a Zoom legislature. I don't give a damn. Don't care if it's in the constitution of the state that they have to be in person. Guess what? New shit, new rules. We'll pass that shit as soon as we're in session. End of story. Let the
Well,
legislature do their job and have the checks and balances that we desperately need right now.
well, I mean, and that's kind of realistically. I'm thinking back to there was a Zoom meeting supposedly of I think a city council, and all
Yeah.
it was them fucking around. They didn't even decide anything. They just fucked around the whole time.
Right.
You know, I mean, so but then again, for those of us that have been doing something like this, it's a little new for them. So like, oh, look at me. Oh, I'm so cool. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
You're a
Get your
retard.
shit done. You're there to get your shit done. Let's vote on some shit and get some shit done.
Yeah.
You know, and like here's the thing, you know, like if we honestly want change at this point, you know, and me and
We're
Scarlett
gonna have to do it ourselves.
well, hold on, because there's more to what I'm gonna say.
Right. Right.
I have been saying since coronavirus has started, and a lot of people haven't agreed with what I said. Part of our Constitution, you know, and police officers, you know, military, you know, take this vow, you know, or this pledge, you know, or even like higher up government, you know, to protect people of the protect the states of America from foreign and domestic terrorism.
Enemies. It's you're
Enemies.
supposed to protect the Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic.
So here's the thing.
And that goes statewide too, because there could be
Yep.
foreign enemies for a state too.
Right,
Absolutely.
you know, and like I'm gonna take this back all the way to where me, Red, and Scarlett talked on fucking California doing Sharia law. We're gonna tie that in here for a minute, as well, you know, because there's multiple base topics, you know, that I have for tonight. You know, COVID, the Sharia law, because I was doing the study on this. The House actually tried to vote on this law that gave that, and Mike, I don't know if you heard this, that the age of consent in the state of California would be 4 years old.
I haven't heard that one. I mean, I do know what is the age of consent. I don't know if I should say this in neighboring states, but not that I've delved into that very much. But I mean, like Nebraska, I think Nebraska is still 16.
Ohio's weird because it's 16, but it's 2 years above
And below.
2 years
Yep. You can only have age of consent within 2 years of your age.
which
So if they're 19
the
and you're
majority,
16,
but I think Nebraska is
no
just across the board 16.
It could be, because I mean, Florida allows for child marriages, and there's still 19 states that allow child marriages.
That is true.
So
I mean, as long as you're married. So
yeah, that's all they care about.
This. California didn't decide to do that until in the middle of their fucking lockdown.
Well, and California has been coming up with all these California policies that have basically already been in place. Like they already have mandatory vaccinations. So if they add this coronavirus to the schedule, everybody in the state will have to have it, you know, besides the people who homeschool. And they'll probably try to tie it into that too. You know, that's the only thing that people don't realize is that the ACIP said this summer, which is the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, and they're a group that comes out of the CDC, and they meet in Atlanta twice a year. They said at their last little rendezvous that as long as a vaccine was 50% effective or more, they would approve it on the schedule, and that it'll be approved from babies to adults. That's going to open up the door for so many things to become mandatory as people push forward.
Well, I'm looking at where is this from? It's KCRA Channel 3.
Okay, yeah.
In Sacramento, I believe.
Sounds about right.
So, talking about the California law, the law does not change the age of consent in California, which is 18. Adults caught having sex with minors, they can still face statutory rape. Which,
see, that's what
LGBTQ. Unless they're LGBTQ, and then they get the pass because they say it's harder for LGBTQ people to have relationships, and so blah blah blah. So if they're LGBTQ, they get off from that. That was written into the legislation.
We would have to actually look, find the actual statute wherever it's being filed. But I mean, these, of course, are other news organizations that are putting out their own news stories.
Right, just like they did with the election.
The measure won't apply when a minor is under 14 when the age gap is larger than 10 years. So,
see, so they could be 14 and a 24-year-old. That's gross.
Well, no, but that also goes with what Dwayne was just saying. Technically, the way that that's stated, a 14-year-old can have sex with a 4-year-old.
See?
Yep.
Basically, is what that says.
Which is Sharia law. That whole thing right there, which is fucking stupid, that 10-year age gap difference, because, like, look.
Oh God! Oh my God! Get! You want to hear the name of the person who introduced the law?
Oh,
ready for it,
Scott. I'm gonna let you guess his last name.
Weeder, Scott Weeder.
Yep.
Do it.
Yep.
I did not want to say that last name. That little fucking sick, perverted, twisted. Because, like, look.
All the Weeders are gross.
Democrat. A San Francisco Democrat.
Oh, where have we heard Weeders that are Democrats that are nefarious before?
Right. The law ends discrimination by, quote, by treating LGBT, it's what you were touching on here a second ago.
LGBTQ, yeah.
Young people with the exact same way the straight young people have been treated since 1944. Weiner said in a statement, adding, quote, today, California took yet another step towards equal society.
Equality.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
You're right. Why is it okay if gay people have sex with kids? Why is that okay? Why is it okay if gay people have sex with kids? Having sex with kids is wrong. End of story. You want to hear some shit from Scarlett? Scarlett says having sex with kids, I don't care if you're trans, gay, straight, bi. I don't give a fuck what you are. Having sex with kids is wrong.
And I'm gonna say they can actually make an actual consensual, smart-minded thing and say, yes, I would like this, instead of being coerced into it. You know, I mean, we've got this panel. We've been there, done that.
This is
We
going to be
have.
very
As a young
unprofessional.
person, I did. As a young girl, I did have sex with older men. But that shit was wrong. End of story. Yes, I did consent. Yes, I did say yes. Yes, I knew what I was fucking doing. But in the end of the things, that adult is in the wrong. And looking back on it now, I would have never given my blessing for anything like that in my adult mind. So I think that adults who do this should be charged, because when you're a child, you're not thinking the same.
Well,
this is going to be very.
When you're a 14-year-old, let's say you're a 14-year-old boy, and I mean, in this case of what we're talking about, we do not condone this, by the way, at all.
No, I don't condone that. Like I said, I was that young girl, but I don't condone it now.
Right. You're a 15-year-old boy, and you're like, oh, yeah, I'm babysitting this 7-year-old girl. I'm going to teach her some stuff that I just found out.
Right.
That's not right.
And this is going to be very unethical, very unprofessional, and very violent. I ever catch a motherfucker laying a hand on my child, and you're a fucking adult, I swear to God, I'm gonna put a bullet between your fucking eyes, and I'm gonna drop you 6 feet under. You don't touch my fucking kid.
And you'll probably only get 60 days in jail, so don't worry.
Yep. I'm telling you, they've been letting a lot of these parents go whose kids have been diddled. I'm telling you, because I'm sorry, I would lose my shit. I would lose it.
The word.
You know,
y'all don't want to see Scarlett lose her shit, man. That's real. It's not. Dwayne's heard it. It ain't right. Y'all don't want this.
And here's the thing: from a person, you know, and is this an appropriate topic to lay some fucking like personal like experience into here for a minute?
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's your show. Do what you like. I already did. I layered it with a personal experience
from somebody who had that happen to, as from an older adult.
Right.
Adult, a parent. I wish I had a motherfucker that would have shot him.
Right.
These kids. And here's the thing: I want to be an advocate for people who are who have been sexually abused. I don't know how to do that, but I am going to do the research on it.
You already are. You
already are by telling your story. Man. By telling your story, Dwayne, and by telling people how you dealt with it. That is being an advocate.
And here's the thing: these kids don't have a voice. These kids are powerless. These kids are being manipulated. And I'm going to keep going here for a minute. These kids are innocent. They don't know what yes or no means in a sexual manner. And as us men, we don't fucking know what the fuck our bodies are doing until we fucking hit puberty, and then we go fucking shit-faced fucking berserk because we have all these fucking hormones raging, and fucking then our parents have to sit down and have this magical thing.
That's because teenagers, let's be real, just be honest right now. Teenagers be horny as fuck. That's the end of the thing. Like that. That's just it. Teenagers be horny as fuck. That's it. I mean, bottom line, point blank, and the period.
And I was horny as fuck, but I still didn't actually lose my virginity until I was 17.
I lost my virginity at 14 with a 15-year-old. So I stayed within that 2-year line.
And you know what? Here's what's funny is that is almost like the status quo anymore.
Yeah, it is. 14 is like the status quo. Like that is because I was 14. Mr. Tyre was 14. A lot of my friends that I had were 14 at the same time. It was, it was like a thing. Like everybody just did at that point.
But this is a case that happened here in Ohio. And I was in Mohican Youth Academy. I was going through sex offender classes to learn what my dad did wasn't right.
Oh, so they teach you about like why it was wrong and all that shit. I was you and all that shit. Is that what they teach you?
I was in a fucking course with sex offenders.
Why? Oh, because of that one shit. Yeah, I know why. Anyway, continue.
So, and plus, I was accused of rape many years ago as a kid.
Yeah, and it didn't ever end up being anything, but they made him go to all these classes and shit.
So, 2 13-year-olds had sex with each other, male, female. You want to know what happened? The state of Ohio both charged them with statutory rape against each other and tiered them as tier one sex offenders.
Wow. See, look, man.
How does that happen?
I don't know.
Because they were both in the system, so they're trying to act like they're both vulnerable adults against each other, basically.
No.
That's how that works.
This was the parents that did it to both. It went both ways.
That can't be, because statutory rape is somebody 18 or older against somebody who's under age of 18. I mean,
not always. Not always. Yeah, they have a loophole where they can charge kids against kids that way. There is a loophole because, like, when kids like share like those like sexy pictures and like sexting pictures with each other, they can be charged with statutory rape just sending out the pictures.
How do you spell statutory?
STAU, statutory, and then TORY.
Statutory. Just sound it out. That's the way it's spelled.
Yeah. So it's like STATUTORY, statutory.
All right. So here's Ohio statutory rape laws, right? Ohio statutory rape laws and potential penalties. Statutory rape is prosecuted in Ohio's rape and sex crime. Sex offender registration state law requires that in addition to applicable fines and prison time. So what are the statutory rape laws? Generally, statutory rape laws define the age below an individual is legally incapable of consenting to sexual activity to complicate matters. Now, watch. They said to not be able to give consent. They were both 13.
Right.
Age of consent in Ohio is 16 years old.
So they both can't consent to the sex and get charged. Yep. See, look how they be doing this stupid shit.
But see, kids
having sex with kids, I have no problem with
each other. They decided
I don't even care
with each other.
It's not even. And they both consented. They both wanted to do it. 2 13-year-olds have no issue with. No problem.
No.
See, if it's like, say my son's 14 and he's dating a 13 or 15-year-old, and he comes to me and said, "Dad, I want to have sex." I'm going to like, okay, 1, how old is the person? 2, I want to meet him. I'm
and then tell you right now, nobody's going to say, all right, maybe with your upbringing and the way that you raise your kids, I'm going to tell you it's possible that they would say, hey, I'm thinking about this. With the things I know about you, they should know they would get slapped across the face.
I don't think I would go that far with my son.
I mean, not literally, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Right.
In most of society, a good majority of young kids are going to do it somewhere in secret, in a park, in some random shack that they found or some hiding place or what. I mean, Jesus Christ. No offense. But I mean, dude, I've been smoking these things since I was fucking 11 years old, man.
We lost fucking Scarlett. God damn it.
That's all right. 11 years old. And I didn't do this out in the middle of fucking everywhere. I didn't do it at home.
Right. Like I had sex
somewhere I could hide and find a way to do it.
I had sex in the woods.
So, I mean, to think that kids would, hey, Dad, so, and if their voice is really this low, you've got a serious problem because they're going to beat the shit out of you in 5 years. But I mean, they come back at you and, hey, Dad, so I really like this girl. We'll say 15. I really like this girl. Do you think I should have sex with her? Now, in your case, I already know what your case would be.
I would sit down and try to explain it to him.
In my case, I would be like, I would really like you to not do that. because you don't know where that's going to lead. It's going to lead to a lot of different things. Oh my God, she's the love of my life because we did this. And no, she's going to break your fucking heart. She's going to destroy you. And if you two don't do it right, you're going to be a father by the time you're 16.
And you know what? And
that would be my words of advice. But after that, I don't think I would have any control over it because they're going to do whatever they're going to do.
You know what? And if my son comes to me and says, "Hey, Dad, I want to have sex," and if my son comes to me and goes like, "Look, I want to have sex," here's the thing: I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna tell him, like, what's the reason, that this has even been brought into your little tiny head?
Nope. You know why? Because of hormones.
And two, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to have the talk with my kid and hopefully try to scare him out of it.
No, don't do that.
Well, yeah, don't scare him out of it because then
he'll resent you and he'll just go bang her in the back somewhere and bend her over and then you're done.
Explain it to a way that would make him think about what he's getting ready to. I worded that wrong.
You can't make teenagers think. Their brains are chemically imbalanced, bruh. There is no thing.
Closer to that than we are.
Like,
I mean, when my mom explained it to me, she actually fucking made me sit down and think I was going to have sex that same day, and I didn't.
Dwayne, you're very impulsive though too. So I mean,
I said I didn't. Didn't.
No, I'm just saying you have an impulsive, like where you would be like, yeah, today's the day. You know what I mean? That's how you would be. But I think that
all men think that way. Honestly,
yeah, we do.
They all think that way. That's not a teenager thing. That's not just him. That's what
you're saying is you don't grow out of it. That's what you're saying. You don't grow out of it.
Right.
They're like, oh, I'm gonna get laid. Woo, here we go.
I'll ask my son, like, okay,
get on kick.
Hi, TLO.
I'm gonna rephrase what I said. I'm gonna ask my son, okay, like, do you know what it means to have sex? I'm hoping my son says no, but I know
the best way to explain it is like you're gonna I don't know. I guess I don't know. It's hard because like it's like the unknown. You know what I mean? So it still becomes like a thing where it's like I still want to know. Like I don't care what my parents would have told me. I still would have been curious, and that curiosity leads somewhere.
But see, it all depends upon I think the amount of sexuality that you've been exposed to.
True.
Like
because
go ahead, Mike.
I mean, imagine different scenarios where you've already felt what that's like,
right,
at an early age. By the time you get those hormones rolling, you're like, I already know what I'm supposed to do. Right. And so that becomes a challenge for, I guess, somebody who's normal minded. Yes.
And
I am a freak child. I'm not completely normal minded as I become an adult. But back then, no, I knew that was not the proper way to go because I knew what was there.
Right. I'm still impulsive to say, like, and I'm gonna take you guys back into my life just a little bit on that side of it.
Don't get too graphic though.
No, when I had a serious porn addiction, like to get me to actually stop watching porn.
Well,
my mom, no, it worked. My mom went out and bought me like Hustler, Playboy magazines. That way I wasn't watching the shit that is fucking up.
Right. You had to use your imagination.
Yeah, right. Fucked up in my head what sex actually is, because that's what porn does. It fucking makes you, kids, might.
Oh, yeah. Well, and that's what makes men think that all women just want to fucking show their shit all the time, too.
So like, and I'll do the same. If I find out my son has a porn addiction at an early age, I'll do the same thing, do what my mom did because I can retrace those steps, see what my mom has done with me and what has worked, and take them steps with my kid and show them like, hey, look, what you're watching and what you're watching is not healthy. Here, try a different avenue. You want to, and I'm gonna be a little graphic for a minute. You want to fucking go jack off? Here's some magazines. Here's a bottle of lotion. Go use your imagination. Go.
And I mean, I don't think that that's wrong either, you know. But at the same time, too, I don't know how you curb that curiosity. I guess you just have to have a very open relationship from a young age about these things as they came up in their lives. And
as conversations,
yes, correct.
Right.
With conversations throughout time.
Sacred conversations too.
Yeah, true, because it's like, you know, because you're ultimately trying to help shape their sexuality, right? But you don't want to be a part of it. But yet you have to find a way to guide them.
Right. Like, and I'll say this, you know, like most parents are shaming, and I'm going to kind of switch like roles, but it's still kind of like in this sexuality thing we're talking about here. You know, most parents are shunning their kids because they're lesbian, gay, bisexual, whatever.
I think they want them to be a certain way, honestly.
If my son comes to me and tells me he's gay, I'm going to tell him, like, look, I don't care if you bring a dude home the one day and a woman home the next day. There's just one rule under my house.
What is that, Dwayne?
Not having, that was the same rule my mom had in place, and I never did it. You want to have sex? Tell me.
No donkeys.
Tell me.
We're gonna have a party in Tijuana tonight.
My mom told me when I ever wanted to have sex for the first time, she would go out and buy my condoms, which she did. When I told her I was ready, she actually went to the pharmacy. Actually, she took me with her. She went to the pharmacy.
Is there an age limit on those? Could you not buy them? I remember you could buy them.
My mom did it because I didn't know what type of condoms to get. I was young. You got to think. I never knew what type of condom was.
Right. See, by the time I was in school, they were always pushing. We had this free clinic in our neighborhood called the Annex, and they tried to make it like the cool, hip place to like teach kids about shit. And so they would give you like free condoms.
Oh yeah,
and do like pregnancy tests. And they were in the schools, and they would give like brochures out, and so it was a big deal. And so we knew very early and young, so we had our access to our own without our parents. You could go there and basically like skirt your parents out. That's why I don't like all these new laws that like keep 13-year-olds and stuff out of their, you know, out of their parents' business. Now, to some degree, it's, you know, it is what it is. Like, but for others, I think that I don't think that kids should have that anonymity to some degree.
You know, here's the thing though.
You know, because medically these things aren't just without risk. And so they can't technically consent for procedures, even though they've made the law to say that. If the child can't enter into a legal contract, they can't enter into this either because they didn't have informed consent. And informed consent is the number one thing that is in the Nuremberg Code. And that's why this whole 13-year-olds can go to the doctor in private is bullshit. Because you're not giving them full informed consent. Like even just birth control, what we give you today could harm you, but they don't tell you that. So that's that's my gripe with it. And then you've got kids out here lying from their mom taking birth control pills. And then if something happens, or maybe their mom will give them something that interacts with it. And then these girls don't know, you know, shit like that. That's where I'm like, no, I crossed the line. So some of these clinics, I get their purpose, but and they are helpful to some degree, but I think that they should just teach better.
You know what? But here's the thing. That's the one thing that there's a little bit of birth control, medical stuff we see on TV, but very rare. Because they want to make you afraid of everything else. The thing that has been proven already that can harm almost anybody, especially females, obviously.
Right.
They don't put that out there as much.
Right.
It's like it's a hidden agenda almost in a way.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, because
And
remember that hold on, let me finish that though. Going back to the beginnings of birth control, we have to remember Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood.
Right.
We have to remember what her goals were. And that was Black people, poor people shouldn't have kids. You shouldn't have large families. Family planning should be a thing in every household. That's where we got family planning. And, we've got people like Bill Gates saying that we will do really good with vaccines and reproductive medicine and women's health, and we will reduce the population by 10%.
Well, watch this. So since we're on the birth control thing.
Okay.
So I was doing some research the other day. Watch this. Male contraceptives, also known as male birth control, are methods of preventing pregnancy that solely involve the male physiology. The most common kinds of male contraceptives include condoms, intercourse, and vasectomy. And now there's a birth control pill for men. How
they've been talking about that for like 15 years.
One promising daily pill called I don't know how to fucking say this word.
Because it's spelled
Dimethadrolone.
Midradolone, like something like that. Midradolone.
It's DIMETHANDROLONE.
Dimetherone, something like that. But continue.
On the Canon note, or DMAU, effectively lower testosterone and other hormone levels to stop sperm production, as was well tolerated. In other words, no serious side effects, according to a 2018 study.
Yeah, but what if that can't be reversed?
Right. So, like, here's my thing. And, I've always told myself, after I have 2 more kids, I'm having a vasectomy.
Right.
I'm going natural. If I'm going to do a birth control preventative, besides condoms, because it seems like every fucking one I try, I can't fucking wear. Fucking sucks, but that's whatever. I told myself after I have 2 more kids, I am getting my shit snipped.
I think it's better for men than women if you're going to choose that route, because women, you have to actually go inside and fuck a bunch of shit up, where at least when you do a dude, it's a cut on the outside, it's superficial, it's an outpatient treatment.
Very different. We can get our shit reversed.
Women can too, but it's a whole surgery, so it's like an internal thing. So it's much worse for women than men.
So watch this. So we want to talk about birth control. And then, guys, after this conversation, we're going to kind of lay back for a minute. And just
I felt like this was pretty laid back. I mean, all we were talking about was sex.
Well, we're going to lay back even a little bit more.
Right.
Because some of the stuff involved with sex got pretty heated. So watch this.
Where was it heated? Okay, Dwayne.
The whole California thing.
I don't feel like that was
thing with
kids. But anyway,
it depends on how you look at it. Me, I'm just different.
We know.
So see, now watch. With women, you got the implantable rod, the contraceptive injection.
That rod is very dangerous. Nexplanon is highly dangerous.
Let me keep going before you interject. Hold on, because I'm going to read a full list. Give me a minute. Hold on.
I'm the only one who should be commenting, but continue.
Permanent sterilization, long-acting reversible contraceptives injection, short-acting hormonal methods, barrier methods, emergency contraceptives. Now, watch this. My ex, gets this thing called the Depo shot.
Depo sucks.
Actually, for her, it works, and it actually really helps.
It was the most terrible thing ever, and it can also make you sterile.
I don't know how it does. Now watch this.
But it can make you sterile.
So Scarlett was talking about the rod. We're gonna talk about this. The IUD or IUS, intrauterine device.
No, that's not an intrauterine device, though.
That's what
Nexplanon goes in the arm. Nexplanon goes in the arm.
IUD with that's not it.
Nope, a Nexplanon
rod. What is it? A thin matchstick sized rod that contains a progestin hormone. It is put under the skin on the inside of your upper arm How does it work? It stops the ovaries from releasing eggs. It thickens the cervical mucus, which keeps sperm from getting to the egg, and it can be used up to a total of 3 years. How do I get it? After giving you local anesthesia, a healthcare provider will put it under the skin of your arm with a special needle. Now, I'm going to share a few things about this. As someone that's kind of done EMT things, I've seen once where there was a rod in the arm that moved all the way down to the elbow.
Yup. The women have had to move to their hearts. They've had to migrate through their bodies. They reject them. They start getting extremely sick. A friend of mine started getting this like syndrome from it, and she was sick as fuck all the time. And she was like, "What is wrong with me?" And I'm like, "You have that fucking Explanton, and I'm telling you, I know that's what it is." I've had 5 other friends who have literally gotten extremely ill from this fucking thing. It has barium and heavy metals in it. Okay. And there's no reason for that. Okay. But there's barium and other heavy metals. So when it sits in your system, your body ends up rejecting it because, number one, it's a foreign object inside of your body. Okay. It's not in a place where you can control where it's going. It's just literally under the skin, and you feel it there, and you can hit it and move it, and people, oh, it's awful. It's like the worst thing.
Right. So, Freak Child, you still with us? Or did you disappear on me?
He's probably out of the room.
Well, I know he got his little earbud.
I know, so he can hear us, but that doesn't mean he's in the room.
No, I know it doesn't. I was just wondering.
Yeah, we're just checking, but continue. He'll let us know when he's back.
So, one more thing before we kind of take a break from talking about some of this stuff, because I'm going to hit a harder, serious topic here after like a 15-20 minute break.
Well, yeah, and then the other methods would be IUD, which is the intrauterine implanted device.
You have a where the fuck was it at?
And they make multiple kinds of those. They make 3 and 5 year. Now some they say last 7.
Vaginal contraceptive ring.
Yep, and they came out with the new vaginal contraceptive ring actually. That is like 7-nogestrel and not usually levonorgestrel is what the other ones are made of. And levonorgestrel is a progesterone based birth control.
Cervical cap with spermicide.
Yep, cervical caps are like a diaphragm. Those were old school methods, and spermicide works by increasing the pH of the vagina, so when sperm comes in, it just gets killed instantly.
Female condoms.
Female condoms you would insert inside, and then you could. I've never actually even seen one of those, but apparently they exist, and they've been around for a long time.
I can pull a picture of one up.
Yeah, I've never. I know that it's a long sleeve that goes like inside, and the woman would put it inside, and then it would be for her, and then the male wouldn't wear anything.
Guys, I don't know if I can find a decent picture of this. If I'm saying this now, if a picture gets a little graphic, I am sorry.
Right. Well, look it up first before you put it on the screen.
That's what I'm doing.
I would hope. But then, so I've never seen one, because I've never seen them like where you could purchase them.
So
I've seen them at sex shops either, to be fair.
So I'm going to pull this picture up. It's really not inappropriate in my mind. Scarlett, if you want to bitch at me for putting it up, you can tell me if it's appropriate or not. But here we go. That is a female condom.
Oh, right. Yeah. See, because that's how you would have to insert it. Because it's got a closed end and an open end. Obviously, the open end you would want on the outside.
As you see, the ring sits out.
Yep, the ring sits out of the vagina. The rest goes in. And then you would use that. And then, like I said, the other person wouldn't use anything. But I've actually never seen one, like I said, to purchase. So I don't know where you would buy them.
So I normally do a thing. I haven't done it in a while. I started when Tim was on my show with Scarlett when he was.
And then obviously there's spermicides that you can use, contraceptive films, and then condoms for women. But
all right. So Here we go. I normally do this
That's
thing.
what I mean. Nobody uses those. I've never even like seen one to buy. That's why I thought nobody fucking uses those. It's just like I can't even tell you. But if that's something that somebody
I'm losing Scarlet.
bullshit. Oh, there we go. I'm back.
I don't know if the freak child's back yet.
But like I said, so I mean, for people who would want to know 100% that like nobody's playing games or taking their condom off, I mean, that could be an option.
Do you know what, and guys? I'm going to say this because
Oh,
Dwayne,
and then they came out with this new birth control gel. That's new and it's non-hormonal. It's very interesting looking. It's called Phexi.
so Dwayne wants to say something. Guys, if you're allergic to condoms and you keep using them, you're going to end up with a UTI. I'm going to tell you straight up.
Dwayne knows from experience.
I have one now because of fucking using condoms that I can't wear because I forced myself to wear them so I don't have a kid.
Well, yeah, I get it. But there's also other options, like we just talked about.
I know. I just got to find the right fucking set of condoms.
Not even that. Like I just gave you like 37 different options. Is it snowing? I don't know, Tila. Let me go check.
Freak, is everything okay? Text him. I don't even know where my phone's at to text him.
No, doesn't look like it is. Brandon, yeah, that's good. Drinking important to prevent UTIs. If you can pee like right afterwards, like women pee right afterwards, and that's appropriate. Now some don't, but you should to prevent like yeast infections and UTIs and all that shit. So water and peeing, that's important. Remember when we were gonna do the fucking
sex
all
show?
About sex show? Stupid. That is
I
the
don't do that no more.
absolute negative Ghost Rider. It's a negative Ghost Rider.
I don't do that no more. That fucks with people's I can't remember what the fuck it's called. Scarlett told me what it fucked with. I just can't remember.
Kundalini.
Thank you.
Yeah, Kundalini energy. You're welcome. Yeah, it actually reverses your energy. And so, to each their own, but it does reverse your Kundalini energy.
I heard a door.
You heard it?
Hopefully that's the freak child.
No, it was my fridge.
Freak! Where are you? Is that my password? It's not my password. Motherfucker. I don't even remember the password to my fucking Facebook. This is bullshit. And I just changed it like 2 weeks ago.
You gotta be. What were you going to look at?
I'm going to do something and I can't log in. Your password was changed last. What do you mean my password was changed last Saturday, you fucking asshole?
Wow. Tell them how you really feel.
My password should never been fucked with. I didn't change it last Saturday.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
I'm just asking. Because it's saying so. So I don't know. I don't know where Freak Child went though. I mean, I'm sure that, I mean, that could be true. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if you don't use it, builds up toxins if you don't release it. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of like a scientific reason, but it also could be because they want to reverse your Kundalini energy and fuck up your spiritual balance too. So, you know, again, as I said, teach their own. I am not here to judge what people are on. But, you know, just saying. So there is that.
All right, guys. So I'm going to do a fun thing that I normally do on. No! God damn it. Fucking son of a bitch! If I can stop fucking up trying to put in my Facebook passcode, I'd be okay. To change this fucking code. But no. I can never do fucking nothing right today. I couldn't even set the StreamYard properly for my show. I couldn't. I forgot the password.
Yeah, no offense, Dwayne, but you know, I mean, you are a Christian fellow, correct?
Yeah, and I have a bad habit of saying the GD word.
Well, and you are the most foul-mouthed Christian I think I've ever met in my life.
I have an issue with my mouth. I'm not gonna lie.
I can only imagine. Oh, my cam's not back on. There I am. I can only imagine. Hopefully, none of your congregation is watching. And if they are, well,
they don't know about this show. That's the good thing. I don't share it to my Facebook no more.
Well, there you go. You know, I can only imagine. You're a youth group pastor, right?
No. I preach on here, but
okay. So I can only imagine. Here's Dwayne's thing. Wait, I need a prop. Okay.
Baby Yoda.
You didn't see that? We're gonna edit that out. Everybody, I would like you to enjoy this wonderful moment in which we have love for everything in life. And what? What'd you say? Fuck the pew pew. What do you mean, fuck the pew pew? Fuck you. I mean, dude, I've been smoking for fucking 30 years. You should be fucking not sounding like that. You sound like me.
Oh, you got me dying there for like 20 seconds. That was funny.
Where'd he go? Oh, he went in the kitchen. Oh my God, he bounced. I didn't even get to see it. We need that on instant replay.
Okay, so I do this thing.
Oh, by the way, did I already share this? I don't remember.
Yeah, baby.
I shared it with you guys. But because of the Baby Yoda incident, I got one of these the other night from my girlfriend, and I am never going to open this motherfucker. So, sorry. I may be saying that for the second time. I'm not sure because I can't remember, because I know I said it once, but I couldn't remember if we were on air or not.
We were not.
No.
Okay.
So I do this thing with dirty jokes. I started it with Tim and Scarlett, and it's kind of like,
oh God,
what kind of dirty jokes, man? Because you're talking with this dude right here,
funny.
man.
They're like corny, dirty jokes. You know what I mean? Like,
but they'll make you laugh.
Like I rolled in the mud. All right.
I'm here for tasteless dirty jokes. All right, let's go.
I thought we were on a subject, but apparently I missed too
We
much.
were on birth control, and then we kind of ended it.
Yeah, birth control. We were on birth control. Okay. What's the difference between a G spot and a golf ball?
The
What?
amount of dimples.
A man will actually search for a golf ball.
Damn. Truth.
Mike's face after that.
Not truth.
Not true.
Okay. Actually, we need a percentage on that as to how much truth there could be to that.
I'd say about a good 50%.
I'd say a good 50%. Yep. I would say that. I wouldn't say all.
I should be president. I'm in the upper 50%.
I'm in the upper 50% because I actually know what I'm doing.
Fine. Then if we're gonna say that, then what does it feel like?
What does it feel like? I know that some can be round, and it's a lump. It's like some feel like a lump on the top inner part of the vagina, or some's on the bottom.
Okay, we can stop there. We don't have to get too graphic. He knows exactly where the fuck it's at.
But does he may be able to identify.
I know I know how to trigger one.
And engage are two different things. That's all I'd like to say.
Right, but there's two parts to that. There's, believe it or not, two parts to that.
We're not getting
you
into
can't
this.
just do the one, you have to do both.
I know.
One's internal, one's external.
We're not going there.
Well, I'm not going to go there. Well, are you kidding me? There's somebody had the sex talk.
Yeah, we were supposed to have the All About Sex show with him, Mel,
and TLO.
And TLO, yeah.
And TLO, and not TLO, but Mel backed out on us because we got busy.
All right, fine. Guys, I'm going to give you one pointer without giving you anything graphic. This is all you need to know. If you know this, you're good.
I'm good.
Yeah, see, he's good. He knows. I'm amazed. Dwayne, you're the last guy I would expect to know what this means. And it's not this.
It's this.
It's this. And there you go. Yeah, see? He knows. He knows. Ladies.
I'm engaged.
Lady, if you're listening, lady.
If a man doesn't like this, he's doing it wrong. If he doesn't like this, get the fuck rid of him. If he doesn't like this, keep him.
TLO says bowling ball.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
bowling ball. Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You can't go like this.
I go like this.
Dude, it's got to be a nice, slow massage. So there you go. Okay.
Take notes, Dwayne. Take notes.
I am taking notes.
All right. We're getting off of. Wait a minute. I looked that up on the internet. Was that right? I saw that on Facebook somewhere.
Back to jokes.
Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters.
What do you call?
That's been a frequent friend of yours lately, Dwayne.
Fuck off. What do you call a useless piece of skin on a penis?
The foreskin.
A man.
Yeah.
Dwayne, I'm starting. You know what? I'm starting to worry about what side you fucking swing on.
Do you want to hear the joke about my vagina?
Not really. I didn't know you had a vagina.
Never mind. You'll never get it.
Dude, you're getting some nasty ones in there.
What's the difference between a tire and 365 used condoms?
The rubbers don't split. I don't know.
One's a good year, the other is a great year.
Continue.
I have, you know what? It took the punchline for me to remember. I haven't heard that one in a long time. That's a good one.
Okay, I gotta find other ones because I'm running out of room.
What do you mean running out of room? You're running out of jokes, you mean?
Pretty much. Now, you really think I'm a horrible Christian?
Wait a minute.
You really need to hear the jokes I'm about to tell.
All right, let's go. Not safe for church jokes, y'all.
All right. Does anybody know? I'm just popping in, sorry. Just being the nosy ass I am. Is that my Justin or somebody else's Justin?
I don't know.
I don't know.
New Home 420.
I mean, we
all I don't know that one.
You don't know that one? Okay.
All right.
You don't know that one. Well, Justin, welcome to the show anyway.
Welcome,
yeah,
Justin. All right. How is God like a regular man? If you're not on your knees, he's not interested.
That was funny.
I told
you of all people.
I told you I'm fucked up in the head.
It's your Justin.
Oh, it's my Justin. What happened? Your Facebook account get hacked or what?
Okay. I got another one. What do a Christmas tree and a priest have in common? Their balls are just for decoration.
Yeah.
A priest isn't allowed to have sex or get married. Why did God create man?
I don't know.
Because a vibrator can't mow the lawn.
Ah!
I don't know about that, man.
If God created man in his own image,
no, for real. If women could self-procreate, I don't know if we would need y'all.
Y'all were made out of us.
About that. There's a movie about that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if we'd need y'all.
Where women would self-procreate because, like, the men took all their sperm, and then it was a woman society over the entire world. There's something out there. I have no idea what the movie name is. I saw it one night, like 2 a.m. some fucking B movie, but there is a movie out there.
B movies, they're always good though. What the fuck was that? You're like trying to Google it, you can't find it.
Scarlet.
What?
You're gonna think this one's fucked up. Why does everyone pray in the aftermath of a disaster?
Because they just got pregnant.
Hasn't God just proved he doesn't give a fuck?
No, that's awful.
I have to give that one to you.
That's horrible.
Because in the aftermath of a disaster, let's say it wiped out everybody. Yeah, either God didn't give a fuck or he was like, fuck you. One of the two.
Right.
One of the two.
Okay, here's one. Why did God make man before he made woman? Because he didn't want any advice on how to do it.
Damn. That's cold, man.
Dude, what kind of group do you hang on to that gives you these jokes?
Facebook.
Some days I wonder about you, man.
Facebook. If God were a vehicle, what kind of vehicle would he be?
A Hummer?
an ice cream truck because he brings joys to those who discover him. But people who follow him too closely are usually pedophiles.
That shit was funny.
Okay. Here's where I have to question your humor right now. Reread that punchline very closely.
Oh my God! I should
The
never
ones
said
that
that
follow
out
him so
loud.
closely.
I should never said that.
Yeah.
I'm done.
That's why that one got me, because I'm like, no, you got to follow that punchline a lot closer, because that one.
I'm sorry if I
That one
angered you,
couldn't
Mike.
go. No, you didn't offend me. I'm just saying.
I mean, it could be offensive for those who have been abused by the church, yes, but that's terrible. But it's usually true, though. It's usually the creepy guys who are super close and want to be all up in the church, and then they're all weird and kitty diddlers and shit, though. That's real.
Right. So, that's why I wanted to kind of call that one out. You got me?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Here's another one. Why did God make Adam before Eve?
I don't know.
To give Adam a chance to speak.
Damn. Why they hating on women up in here?
How many religious people does it take? How many religious people does it take to change a light bulb?
Ooh. Oh.
None. They just sit in the dark and demand you accept the light is still on.
Damn. That was deep.
No, that could get real deep. That could get real deep. To be honest.
Right. Why does God? This is the last one, and I'm done because my sense of humor is going somewhere else it shouldn't go. Why doesn't God ever answer your emails?
Well, I have an incorrect email address. Apparently, I keep writing God@heaven.com, and he doesn't fucking respond. So
he's more into an email.
Wow.
Aw, that was cute.
Wow.
That was cute, like praying on your knees. That was cute.
That was.
Oh my God.
TLO's telling us the greatest not safe for work joke. Hold on. TLO's telling us the greatest not safe for work joke ever. 3 guys are walking along a beach. Keep telling it, TLO. It's now your time.
He's face palming.
He's face calling you.
He's face palming because of the joke. There's one I'm not going to say. Like, I'm really not. I really want to say it, but I don't want to really offend anybody with this one.
Thank y'all.
But
why? We've already offended people. Dude, we offended people on election night, so why would we not do it tonight?
Okay, a friend of mine was a junkie until he found God. The day he overdosed, of course.
Damn.
That one's.
That's why I said I don't want to say it, but then you.
Yeah, that one would bomb in a club. That one would bomb in a club.
I mean, tasteless jokes are tasteless jokes. If we can't laugh at it, what can we do? I mean, I don't know.
If God really made everything,
jokes.
Hey, if God really made everything, he's Chinese, right?
Damn.
Hold on, Mike. If God,
wait.
If God really made everything, he's Chinese, right?
Because everything's made in China. Tasteless jokes, man.
You're reaching, man. You're reaching.
Why?
I thought you said you were done.
Nope, I got one more.
You're a comic who's getting heckled by everybody, and you're still going. I got to give you respect, but my God, you've got to throw the mic down at some point. So give us a mic throwing down fucking moment.
This is the last one, I swear, and I'm shutting my tablet.
No, don't shut your tablet. Oh, yeah, you can shut your tablet, but give us the one.
Oh, well, we're not ending the show, Casimiro, but he's just done telling the joke.
Yeah, give us the one that's going to be your mic drop joke that you're going to borrow or steal from somebody else.
Why is it?
How did Harry Chapin put it? Harry Chapin said, "Good artists borrow, great artists steal." I think is the way he put it.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm looking
Call in,
now. You got me looking.
Joel.
Or just join us. Yeah, call in.
I want to hear your dirty joke. I want to hear it.
Why is it when that you?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Here
why
comes. Here comes. Everybody. Everybody ready? Stop.
Why is it that when you talk to God, it's called praying? Whenever God talks to me, they call it schizophrenia.
Damn.
That's a good mic dropper.
And I'm done. TLO just joined because I don't know if Mike's calling number's working or mine's calling.
Mike, I mean, mine's open, but
MGTOW couldn't hear either of us. He couldn't hear me when we used your calling number the last time. Remember?
What?
Oh,
remember when MGTOW called in the one day and he could hear you, but couldn't hear me?
Somebody called in on my line?
Yeah, the one night you were on my show.
Okay, if anybody wants to try that one, it's whatever the fuck it's called. I usually remember it because I do my thing. 720-230-6363.
Oh, he's just joining in.
Or you can just join in on this thing, whatever the fuck this is called, which is the Freedom Revolution Network.
What's up, TLO?
Make comedy great again.
All right, TLO, what's the joke you got for us?
Oh, Beta.
Now I have to temper this joke down because I'm sure it'd be highly offensive. But that's
don't taper it.
Hot take joke? Is it a hot take?
Huh?
Is it a hot take, TLO? Is one of them hot take
it's
jokes?
Beyond, it's beyond a hot take. This shit would be lava.
Does it have to do with naked women? Because I'm not into that kind of thing, you know.
Come on, TLO, just give us the whole joke. Don't tamper it.
All right. Here it is.
Free speech, TLO. Free speech.
All right. So you got three guys walking along a beach. Beautiful day. They're enjoying the sun. You got a white man, a nigger, and a Spaniard.
TLO's black, though. He can say this.
TLO's black.
I am black.
I don't give
So these three guys are walking along, and one of them
he said unfiltered joke. So this is probably how it was told to him when he first heard it. So it's not like his opinion. You know what I mean?
Correct. So these guys are walking along, and one of them stubs their toe on something, and they see it's shiny and bright, and they pick it up and dust it off, and it looks like a lamp. So they all look at each other, they kind of joke around. They're like, "Hey, maybe we should rub it, see if a genie pops out." And so they rub it, and lo and behold, a genie pops out. He says to them, "I am a genie who's been locked away for 1,000 years. I will grant you 3 wishes. What are your wishes?" So we'll say the Negro,
right?
Thank you.
He says, "Well, if there's one thing I could totally wish for, I would wish that all my brothers and sisters were back in Africa." And the genie says, "Done. Cool." So the Mexican, he's like, "Oh, cool. That's a great idea." So he's like, "You know what? I'll do that one too. I'll say all my Mexican brothers and sisters be happy and joyful and back in Mexico." Genie is like, "Poof, done. So what is your wish, sir?" he asks the white man. The white man kind of thinks about it, looks at the genie. So, genie, you're telling me that all the Negroes and all the Spics are in their respective countries?
Done.
He was like, yep. Then I'll take a Coke, please.
Wow.
Hold on a minute, guys. Scarlett, keep going.
I will keep going. I didn't know that would be. We did say it was going to be a hot take.
I said it'd be lava.
You did. You did. Did you not?
I did.
You did.
No, that's a joke that was told to
And it
me
wasn't that
a
bad
while
in the
back.
end. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be in the end. Like, it was kind of like tame at the end. Like, I just want a Coke. Like, you
Yep.
know, so I mean, it was a little bit more tame
That's
than
the
I
whole
thought it
point.
would be. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
That's the
You
whole
think it's
point.
going to be something. You think it's going to be something,
Yeah.
and then it's really just like he just wanted to drink.
Yep. Well, you know, he's happy that all the non-white people are out of America.
Well, yeah, and I get that point, but that's just. But, I just.
But that's a joke that's also come up in movie form as well, and is done very well actually in the movie format. I thought the movie that I saw it was represented in was like it did it well, and it was funny, and it was perfect. And the movie is The
Right.
Boondock Saints. I offer
Oh,
that up
right,
because hey,
right.
I'm also Irish, so. We keep losing these other two gents here.
And when
Well, Casimiro, the night talk is usually just about talking.
Mhm. Sometimes there's the topic, sometimes there's not.
Correct.
It just depends. Tonight,
That's why.
no topic.
That's why it's just called talk, night talk, because
Right.
It's talk. We're talking.
Yeah, at night, right? Like sometimes it's really deep conversations at night. Other times it's tasteless jokes at almost 4 a.m. Just saying. Sometimes it goes either way.
Correct.
And
like Dwayne.
Right. I mean,
Right.
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 Dwayne, you know, Dwayne by nature just allows for like 50,000 conversations.
Yes. Yes, that is very accurate. Very accurate.
Isn't it? That's why the night talk fits in perfectly, because it's just things we talk about at night.
Exactly. So was the subject at hand supposed to be contraception and sex or something like that?
No, we had started off talking about coronavirus.
I love how coronavirus segues into sex.
Yeah, I don't know how that transition happened, but
now there's Scarlett is a hot take. Although not as bad as, you know, the news that I heard or whatever it was the other night when we were talking and someone had said they saw some doctor from Europe say that people should wear masks when they're having sex. I think that was Tim. Uh-oh, Scarlett. I think we're having some anomalies. Atmospheric disturbances.
Right. I'm having signal issues where my signal is dropping fast, but now it's
Well, I'll just say that it's been like that for a minute because I recently reached out to let's just say one of my associates and they live closer to you than me. We'll just say, not going to give locations. They're having issues with signal loss too, and they determined that some of it might be manufactured. I.e., or a la like YouTube.
Well, it's a lot
Looks like she's going to try and pop back in. So, Dwayne, tell me the tale. The tale of Ohio. What truly goes on in that part of the United States?
Damn it.
Right?
Right? My signal is just like going in and out, in and out. Mike, I think, was offended by TLO's joke. Left. That's what I think happened. I think Dwayne is talking to him.
I am talking to him. I did
Right.
just get off the phone with him.
Right.
When he comes back, yes, on air, we are all four of us sitting down and having a serious conversation. I don't care if it's on air, off air, or what.
About what?
I will explain when Mike gets here. But Mike is not happy, and he has a reason to be.
Okay.
I will let Mike explain when he comes back.
Okay.
He is stepping outside for a few minutes.
Okay.
If we decide to deal with this off air, the show will be back on.
Okay. I'd rather, because I feel like it's going to be a thing.
Okay, then guys, what I'm going to do, once Mike gets back in here, that way he doesn't know how to re-enter the StreamYards when it's closed.
Right.
I'm going to open it, let everybody say their goodbye. Once we're done dealing with the situation, we will be back on air.
Okay.
But as a show host, and from the concerns that were just mentioned to me, I want to deal with it, and I want to nick this in the ass before it gets any worse.
Okay, but okay, I'm not even going to talk to you about this, and you shouldn't even be talking like that to me right now.
I'm being on it.
Nip that. No, let's just nip that right now. So let's talk about something else. Let's start a new topic.
Okay. I don't know what topic.
Well, we can talk about the last news we knew about before we kind of started the show, which was, did everybody see tonight that Arizona went for Biden?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That was interesting that it came down tonight. I don't know what that's going to mean for tomorrow and other challenges. But I heard tonight as well that Georgia is going to do a hand recount.
George, okay, so I was looking at the Facebook stuff that they put out for the election, okay?
Right.
Georgia's doing a
YouTube was down for over 3 hours last night. It was down worldwide.
Hey,
yeah,
Georgia's doing a hand recount. Michigan, from what I know, is doing a hand recount. And definitely PA is doing a hand recount because PA got hit with massive fraud.
Right. And if they do hand recounts in those states, we've already got North Carolina that's went to Trump, right? If we get hand recounts, that actually may change election results.
But here's the thing with PA. PA did not allow electoral
electoral college doesn't vote yet anyway. Oh, you mean like the election, the poll observers or whatever?
The people that observe the count, PA did not allow them in any room at all whatsoever when ballots were being counted. So there's some fuckery going on.
Well, they had eventually let them in because they had filed an injunction, and then they told them that they could come in, but then they had to stay 6 feet away from their tables. And then they had found a recording out of Michigan that was supposedly like at a poll training election class type thing, right? And there was a woman who was stating, like, tell them they have to stay 6 feet away from your table. That way they can't see what's on your table and what's actually going on.
No, as someone who works the pools.
No, literally, this was a recording that was released, Dwayne. You can't, like, dispute that.
No, I'm not disputing it.
I'm just saying this is what they told them because of the mask and the social distancing, that they could keep these observers away from their desk.
And I'm disputing what she said because, to the matter of the fact, because they got to see what vote is for each candidate.
Well, that's just it. They're going to have to go back and pull all the ballots, and it's going to be looked at, not just counted in a ballot machine that scanned them and took the information, right? And
I don't know if you've seen what my mom tagged me and you in earlier.
No, I don't think I saw that.
My mom tagged us in the thing. If you go on Donald Trump's Facebook page from earlier today,
right.
You go about, I'd say what she was telling me this about 4:30.
Okay.
So I'd say I go
is this about changing to the political candidate thing?
No, completely opposite, hon.
Well, I just thought somewhere else. A lot of people were showing that, like, today, if you go to like his Facebook page, it used to say President of the United States, like, as his title, and now it says political candidate under his name. And people were like,
"Watch this,
president? What the hell?"
15 hours ago, okay, my mom was supposed to tag me and you in this.
Okay.
Report: Dominion deleted 2.7 million Trump votes nationwide.
Right.
Data analysis. Hold on. Data analysis finds 221,000 Pennsylvania votes switched from President Trump to Biden. 900.
Let me tell you how that happened.
Trump votes deleted. States using Dominion voting systems switched 435,000 votes from Trump to Biden.
Let me tell you how that happened.
Well,
do you want to hear how that happened?
Yeah, can you give me this channel real quick before you explain? It's ROIN. Okay, there's Mike. Hold on, guys.
Continue with what you're saying. We're going to continue this. Nope, we're going to finish what we're talking about first, because this is a good thread to be on. I'm telling you. So,
channel ROINOANN.
Yep, OANN, right? So One American News Network. But why that's important, what Dwayne just read about what the votes are and where they went, is this, and I'll tell you why. So this Dominion voting software, right? There was a guy on who explained this whole system last night and why there is a huge issue. And I'll tell you why there's a huge issue. Because there is malware that is embedded in the code of the software, up and to the point that they can even gain credentials of the people at polling places, right? So they can gain credentials and then even use those credentials to then sign in to their system, wherever that local county election place is, change votes, and superimpose the data stamp times of when it happened. So on a forensic analysis, it will look like they did it from that polling place. This is how they basically perpetrated the whole situation, is that they were able, because this failsafe was built into the software. So whoever built this knew this. They built this with this in mind, to be able to go back in basically remotely without being tracked, to make it look like it was actual election polling, authoritative places that are supposed to be handling this. These votes would be changed and there'd be no way to prove that they were changed. And a lot of machines are connected to the internet, because what they don't want to admit is that the databases are actually on the internet. Maybe not your voting machine, but they have it plugged in. So why is it all plugged in? Where does it go? And all of the information that goes up to the higher levels, maybe not like at the precinct level, but up in the higher levels, all of that information is stored on the cloud. And it was a cloud-based program that they could basically go in and change all this shit through the cloud because they store all the election data on the cloud. And this is a huge problem. And that's the number one thing that we don't hear anybody in the mainstream wanting to admit, right? We don't hear any of them trying to dispute that when somebody brings it up. They want to push that down as far as it can go. And that is the number one issue, is that if there is this level of basically, cybersecurity that doesn't exist, or that existed to allow these things to be changed, that needs to be looked at.
Absolutely.
I agree. Freak, are you there? Freak.
I am here monitoring at this time.
Okay. I mean, here's my thing on this. When I'm reading this, right, Scarlett? 2.7 million votes nationwide. Over 200,000 from Pennsylvania. Switched to Biden, which is 900, and then 941,000 Trump votes deleted. In every state that was using Dominion, switched. Now, here's my thing.
A lot of states did, though, including my own. According to some of the charts that I've seen, like 195,000 from my state.
Yeah, the numbers fluctuated quite a bit here in Minnesota.
I don't remember any of the other figures for other states. I was more interested in seeing a mine on the list, but.
So here's my thing, and then we're gonna end this. I still have a good feeling Trump's gonna be our 46th president again, 45th president, 46, whatever. So I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see, because a lot of states are doing a recount. A lot of states are doing certain things, and with PA being smacked dead in the face, fucking Michigan being smacked in the face, and Wisconsin being smacked in the face, this could be a major game change for Trump's campaign. So,
That's a fair point, McDowell.
So, my thing is, we're going to end this. We will be back. I don't know who will be back after this conversation. I don't know if it will just be me. But I will be back with the Night Talk here in a little while. Stay tuned.